right now, as I was listening to your story, I was thinking of all the people that are sitting at home and they're looking at you, Susana, and they're like, gee, Susanna's so much stronger than I am. Susanna's over there, she had access to teachers. She's, that you versus me kind of thing. And they are saying, I don't even know where to start. Like, where do I begin my journey of accepting that I know that my body and mind are really destroying me or killing me, whatever it may be for people? What is the first step people should be looking at taking if they want to start transforming their lives?
Well, I think, Candice, that's why I started it with I'm no different from anyone else, and that's why I ended with when the student is ready, the master shall appear. If you literally right now, you don't have to do anything else besides literally say, I'm ready. I'm ready and I am willing. Universe, show me the way. And I promise you that guidance will appear. Do you know how I got in contact with Robin? Have you heard that story, Candice?
No, please share it.
I had a radio show in 2013, and I was very lucky because it was the first international summit. Real Success has all these summits. It was the first international summit to happen in South Africa. And I was very lucky to be one of the first people to interview a lot of those speakers that came here that year, including John DeMartini, Robin Banks, who was the only local South African that was speaking at the summit. JT Fox was I was his first interview in South Africa. All of the Peter Sage, I interviewed Peter Sage back then. In fact, I haven't spoken to Peter since then, but I did interview him back then. Richard Branson spoke at that summit, and nobody knew that I was sick at the time because I was taking huge doses of cortisone. I would have to, the day I interviewed John DeMartini, I woke up 6 hours before our interview to take medication on the hour to be able to move, to be able to physically move to get to the interview I was doing with him. Walking to the interview was so painful that I cried all my makeup off and had to quickly redo my makeup before I approached John and sat with him to do the interview. And when I finished the interview with him, I couldn't get up to shake his hand. I had to go like this. Thank you so much, John, for your time. I really appreciate it. And then he walked away, and then I just cried again. So that's the kind of pain I was actually in at the time, and nobody knew. I just was covering it all up, bandage, bandage, bandage. But Robin was one of the people I interviewed. And Robin is, I can't call him my soul sister because he's a boy, but he's like my soul sister. Do you know what I mean? He's my soul brother. He is, I have a deep soul connection to Robin, and he is one of my best friends and favorite people on this planet. And right away we had that's kind of knowing, when you recognize another soul. And he said to me, he said, Susana, have you been to one of my talks? I said, no. And he said, please come, you'll be my VIP guest. I was like, absolutely. But then he didn't realize I got so sick after that. And a year and a half, almost 2 years later, when I had finished chemo and I was now trying to find something to do, because my doctors were like, no more producing films, no more high stress, anything. You have to do something chilled, So I was like, well, I don't know how to do that. So I was trying all these different things and nothing was working. And so then I surrendered. I fell on my knees. Let me tell you, your breakthrough, I know this sounds crazy, but read any book by somebody extraordinary and exceptional. Their breakthrough happens on the bathroom floor, on their knees. That's where it is, where you go, and this was me, God, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, universe, all that is, whatever it is for you. I don't know what to do. Guide me. Tell me what to do. And ask, and you shall receive, without exception, 100% of the time. It's up to you to accept the invitation. It's up to you to see that miracle, because that's what it is, and go, yes, I'll take it. Thank you. And that is one of the biggest, if I leave you guys with nothing, please, this is one of the biggest lessons of my life, because 2 days later, I was walking to Woolworths in Sea Point. Robin lived in Joburg, and he does have a house in Sea Point, but he didn't come that often. And there he was, and bumped into him in Woolworths. And I was like, Robin Banks. And he went, hi. And he pretended he knew who I was, but he didn't recognize me, because the last time we had met, I had hair literally down to here. I had now had chemo, and so I'd shaved my head. So my hair was only like this long, you know, on my head. So it took him a few minutes, and then he was like, oh my God, Susana, where have you been? You said you were going to come to one of my talks. Why didn't you? And I said, oh, kind of almost died, but that's a story for another time. And he said, oh, wow, would you like to come tomorrow night? Winter in Cape Town. Candice, you know. Us little Cape Townians, winter in Cape Town, we don't do anything. We stay at home. It's cold. You don't go outside. But the opportunity, the universe had gone here, you asked for something, here it is. It was my choice to go, yes, I'll take it. Yes, I will be there. And I was there. And then Robin, and I sat in that room. And if any of you have heard Robin speak, you know, it was palpable. The change in people was palpable. You could feel it happening. And I was like, this is why I'm here, to support this, to help this reach more people. So afterwards, I said, Robin, thank you so much. I'm going home. I'll speak to you later. He said, okay. And I went home, and I sent him a message on the way home. I said, can we meet for coffee tomorrow? When are you leaving? And he said, I'm leaving at lunchtime. I said, can we meet for breakfast, just for a quick coffee? And he said, yes. So I said, great. I was up for hours trying to find things on Robin online. His website was a mess. His branding was a mess. Everything was a mess. And I was like, yes, I can help him. So I went to coffee the next day, and I said, Robin, I said, I love you. Your work is phenomenal, but your branding is a mess. Your online presence is a mess. You don't have any digital offerings. I said, you need to reach millions of people. I said, I have produced feature films. I can help you do this. And he said, great, I've been looking for you. I asked the universe for you to come. And that's how Robin and I started working together. And we co-created Sustaining the Magic, the product that everybody uses when they do Robin's courses. Robin and I co-created that. And it was wonderful. I helped him create affirmation CDs, visualizations, all these things. But it was Robin who said, but you're a teacher, you're a speaker. Like, you need to be doing this. So he was the one who kept throwing me on stage, and he had never done webinars. I got Robin to do webinars. Now he does them like this, like they're nothing, you know? But I took the invitation, Candice. I asked. And then when the universe said, here, I went, thank you very much. I'll take that and I'll use it. That's the first step for me.